The Big Book of Why, Racism. In this book, we discuss and explain racism. It's a difficult subject and it affects many different people in the course of their everyday lives. We explain what it is, why it happens, and what we can do about it. What is racism? Racism is where someone thinks less of you as a human being because of your skin colour, facial features, cultural background, religion, or nationality. This can cause many problems in the world, like bullying or being treated unfairly, and sometimes it even causes war. Why are some people racist? Well, as we grow up, we learn things from our friends, families, communities, schools, and sometimes even from the news or social media. If we haven't had the chance to interact with or learn from people who are different to us, we might believe racism is normal. For example, a racist joke or nickname you have used with your friends, or phrases you've heard your family use when you were growing up.
Sometimes only one person may do something wrong, but their entire race will get blamed for no reason. Do you think that's fair?
A little bit of history. Where did it all begin? Which one came first? Was it slavery or racism? Did slavery cause racism? Most likely, yes. Slavery has been widely practiced since the beginning of documented history. It is very difficult to pinpoint exactly when slavery began. However, historians have traced slavery back to approximately 11,000 years ago. Slavery has been practiced in many countries around the world, including Africa, America, China, England, Germany, India, Indonesia, Korea, the Middle East, Scandinavia, and Thailand. Slavery is most likely to have caused racism because it gave one group of people power over another group by owning them as property and using them for work against their will. What was it that distinguished the owners from the slaves? Their race, or colour of their skin. Are some races better than others? Absolutely not. Scientists say that no matter what race you are, all humans have very similar DNA. Evidence from genetic and archaeological research suggests that all races come from the same group of early humans in the east of Africa. This means that all of us come from the same place and we only evolved into different races much later. No matter what race we are, we all have the same body parts. Organ transplants can be completely effective regardless of the race of the person donating them. If you needed a new heart to save your life, would you worry about the race of the person who donated it? Or would you worry more about whether it was a healthy heart that will keep you alive? Why do we have different skin colours? It's called melanin. All humans have melanin in their bodies. This is what makes the skin colours different. Everyone has the same skin pigment, but people with darker skin have more melanin than those with light skin. There are many more genetic differences between people in one racial group than there are between one race and another. How mad is that? So although our skin colours may be different on the outside, genetically we are all similar. Different examples.
Can you be racist about a religion?
Yes. Racism exists even if we have the same skin colour. Since the 9/11 tragedy, there has been an increase in discrimination towards people who practice the Muslim religion. You can have any kind of skin colour and follow the Muslim religion, or any other religion for that matter. It also works in reverse. For example,
there are also assumptions made that people who have a certain look or colour are Muslim, when in fact they may not be.
Similarly, the Nazis discriminated against people who practiced the Jewish religion,
as they did not view them as a pure race.
They only saw people that were blonde and blue-eyed and tall as pure. That excluded a lot of people, don't you think? In the early 1900s, some churches in America would hang a piece of pine wood attached to a comb at the entrance. Only people with skin that was lighter than the pine wood and who had hair that could be combed without a snag were welcome to go inside. The comb has now become a symbol to stand up against oppression, as worn by the drummer, Questlove. Haven't we come a long way? In 1948, apartheid, which means apartness, was introduced in South Africa and remained in place until 1994. Apartheid laws legally forced non-white South Africans to live in separate areas and use different public facilities to their white counterparts. Marriages were also banned between whites and people of colour. This wasn't very long ago. Do we still have racism today? Unfortunately, a great deal of racism still exists in all nations around the world. 1 in 4 students report race discrimination at school each year. We should all embrace, celebrate, and understand our differences because we're all human beings at the end of the day. We need to undo the stereotypical views which we are taught or pick up on through other people about other races. No one is born a racist. Racism is something that you are taught. So make sure you are educating yourself and are actively anti-racist. Always remember, if you are ever unsure, don't be afraid to ask. It is better to ask and learn than to never ask at all. #I can't breathe. Remember, never stop asking why.
I shall leave this book with this musing.
I have learned that we should never dislike someone because they are different to us. One day they might be the person who saves our life.